played halfback, wingback, tailback, and punter in the single-wing offensive era, becoming the first star football player at Joliet Catholic. He played collegiately at Detroit Mercy before enlisting to fight in World War II. He is the first Hilltopper to star in the NFL, playing 4 seasons for the Detroit Lions and Washington Redskins from 1945 to 1948. 2015 JCA Hall of Champions inductee, Elmer Tippy Madarik.
The whole world knew him as Tippy Madarik, and my family knew him as, we would call him Uncle Echo. And the reason for that was, when he was born in 1920, my grandparents wanted to name him Enrico. And when he went to St. Cyril's, which was in those days a Slovak parish, the Slovak priest wouldn't have it. You know, and Enrico would be an Italian name. You can't name the Slovak kid with an Italian name. So he secretly named him Elmer, and he baptized him as Elmer. The priest just did it. And my grandpa never knew that. And my grandpa couldn't say Enrico, he would say Ico. He couldn't say the word in Italian, he couldn't say it in Slovak. So we picked up, we always called him Uncle Echo. So my whole family, we never called him Uncle Tippy. We always called him Uncle Echo, and I'm sure he'd be mad I'm telling that story, but it was just a small Catholic town. Everybody in Joliet was Catholic, and it was more important to represent your church and your neighborhood than it was anything else. From 1928, when they started football, until 1951, there's only 3 winning seasons for Joliet Catholic, and that was 1937, 1938, 1939, and what Tippy was the quarterback. But he was the first person from Joliet to be in the NFL, first person to star in the NFL. And all of them, that whole generation, Tom Brokaw called that generation the greatest generation ever. My Uncle Tippy made the Ripleys, believe it or not, because in one game, he, first of all, in those days, it was one platoon. So you played defense and offense, and there was no kicker coming out to punt the ball and no kicker to kick extra points. So one of your players was the kicker, and Uncle Tippy was the punter for the Detroit Lions. And he punted the ball, and he punted it 50 yards, and he went downfield, and he actually downed his own punt. And in that same game, he passed the ball, and the ball was deflected, and he caught the ball, and he scored a touchdown. So on behalf of the entire Madarik family and Tippy's immediate family, his daughter Mary Valenti and her husband Paul, Melanie Boeto and her husband Paul, Michelle Gerbid and her husband Jim, as well as his sons Mark's widow, Cindy Rosenwald, as well as his grandchildren Eric and Ryan. I want to thank you for electing my Uncle Tippy and their dad to the Hall of Champions. Thank you.